up, y'all? Welcome back. Now, I just now did a video with Jesse Lee Peterson. That was my very first time being introduced to him, and I was dying laughing because of the way he was handling the gentleman he was talking to. And then I commented on it. I said, man, this guy is savage. And a few people hit me up and said, you think he is savage? You need to check out van.hall. And I said, oh, my bear. So that's what I'm about to do. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this one right here.
Hundreds of gas-guzzling private jets took off this week as billionaires from all over the world jetted off to Davos, Switzerland for the ritzy and glamorous World Economic Forum. A week-long event for the ruling class to talk down to the rest of us. And it's not for everybody. It's an invite-only event. And once you do get in, they divide you by class. You get a white badge with a blue line if you're rich enough. Wow. You just get a white badge if you're married to someone important. Or if you're just a part of someone's entourage, you get an ugly green badge. You're not good enough. They keep the elites together, and they have their own little police state to make sure these people are focused on ruling the world. If you're not from CNN or the New York Times and you show up uninvited, they'll probably arrest you. And it's all headed up by a guy named Klaus Schwab, who's pretty much running a one-world government here. He kicked off the week by saying the future is theirs, not yours.
The future is not just happening. The future is built by us, by a powerful community as you here in this room. We have the means to improve the states of the world.
And the way they start is by tracking you. If you go deep in the weeds and what these people are saying...
Wait a minute. Did he just say that? Hold on. Did he just now say that? Okay. Okay, don't jump ahead of yourself, man. All right. I'm going to watch more before I even start speaking.
At this place, they're openly scheming up some of the craziest plans you'll ever hear of, like tracking your carbon footprint.
We're developing, through technology, an ability for consumers to measure their own carbon footprint. What does that mean? That's where are they traveling? How are they traveling? What are they eating? What are they consuming on the platform? So, individual carbon footprint tracker. Stay tuned.
You heard it. The one world government wants to keep tabs on what you eat and where you go.
That is crazy, man. That is nuts. No, come on. Y'all already keep track on everything else things that we don't want y'all to keep track on. Yeah, y'all ask us if it's okay for us to really tap into your phone. Like every time we download an app, do you realize every single time we download an app, it asks us if it's okay if we track you? And our dumb tails be like, yeah, it's okay. They realize that's happening and it's working, and they are saying, you know what, we're just going to outright do it. This is like a conversation that you're not supposed to have in public right here, but they're doing it because they know that we'll be okay with it. No matter of fact, they know that we can't do anything about it because they know money runs everything.
All because John Kerry's a little mad that your cheeseburger is wiping out part of the population.
People forget greenhouse gases are pollution, and 15 million people a year die because of the quality of the air around the world. We're dealing with a crisis here, folks. It's a crisis made by human beings.
Maybe they should take their own advice before jetting off across the world on those private jets, emitting all that carbon. But to them, they have more important things to focus on, like preventing the next pandemic, since it worked out so well last time.
If it comes 10 years from now, we should have far, far better diagnostic technology. That is, be able to scale up every country within a month to diagnose their entire population. We're a little distracted right now, so getting the debate going is happening slowly.
Yeah, a lot of people are distracted by inflation, food shortages, real problems. But the ruling class at Davos says, don't worry, it's all a part of the plan.
We need to accept that there will be some pain in the process. The pace that we need will open up for missteps. It will open up for shortages on energy. It will create inflationary pressures, and maybe we need to start talking about that pain is actually worth it.
Why is she smiling? Oh, I get it. I get it why you smiling, baby. You smiling because you don't have to go through it. You're like, oh, there's going to be some casualties of war. People are going to die. They're going to go through stuff. It's going to be some recession. Hey, look, they're not going to be able to afford the gas. They're not going to be able to afford food. They're not going to be able to feed the babies. But guess what? It's growing pains. It's stuff that we all go through, right? Am I right? Huh? Am I right? I know I'm right, because I'm rich. I'm rich. Ain't that what Dave Chappelle say? I'm rich. So they don't even give a daggone about anything else. They're like, man, look, the little people that we're talking about, they're going to go through their stuff. But guess what? While we're in our bubble, and we are protected in our bubbles, we can figure out if it goes too far while we're looking at these peons. That's why every single time I look at a movie, man, I question life a little bit, because the people who are making these movies and pushing these narratives forward, they understand things that are happening already, either in the shadows or out in the open, and they understand what they are pushing to happen in the future. And they say that life imitates art and art imitates life. And it's like a constant circle. And I'm wondering which one comes first. People are always talking about which one comes first between the chicken and the egg. I want to know which one comes first when it comes to which one imitates one first. Life imitating art or art imitating life? I'm leaning towards life imitating art, because these people, they are creating these things. Like, we go and look at Black Mirror. Think about all the TV shows and the movies that we've seen. Think about King Kong. How the gorilla, this big bad gorilla was attacking people and destroying the city. And what's happening in Japan right now? They are being attacked by gorillas and monkeys.
If you have all the money in the world, the last thing you have to worry about is inflation. It's our problem, not theirs. They're busy ruling the world. And shady George Soros says if we don't make their ideas a reality, civilization is done for.
Fighting pandemics and climate change, avoiding nuclear war, maintaining global institutions have had to take a backseat to that struggle. That's why I say our civilization may not survive.
Bro, why your old ass still got a job, man? You are clearly extremely wealthy. Sit down somewhere. You ain't gotta get up every day and put on a suit and get somebody to help you get your socks on. Stay in the house. Watch news. Play some Sudoku, whatever the thing is. Keep your mind sharp. Sheesh.
Believe it when I tell you, these people don't care about any of us. They're just a bunch of globalists hanging out and coming up with too many bad ideas. Rand Paul, Kentucky senator, and he joins me now. Should the American people be scared when the richest people in the entire world get together at a swanky conference and hatch these crazy ideas about how to make our lives better?
Well, you know, if they really cared, they could have ridden with me. I was on a plane this morning. I was A category on Southwest Airlines, and, you know, hey, that's something. Wasn't a private jet, but they could have saved. When you're on a private jet, they're spending 5 times as much of a carbon footprint. So if they really cared about that, they could ride on commercial airlines, but they aren't. They're elitist. But the other real danger here, that's even more danger than all their phony caring about carbon footprint, the real danger is this. Look how bad your government is in a country where you get to vote for these people. This would be a government, a world government, where you don't get to vote on anybody. This is everybody's worst nightmare. The bureaucracy that we have trouble in our United States because we don't get to vote on them, we vote indirectly. Can you imagine the one world bureaucracy of all these elitists and their private jets that would rule our country and we wouldn't get to vote? So I'm dead set against this. And they used to call people who talked about one world government, they used to say, oh, it's a conspiracy. We would always say, no, it's in their mission statement. They say it at every meeting. That's what they're for. But lack of sovereignty means lack of freedom, and it means lack of responsiveness, and it's completely antithetical to everything our country stands for.
Yeah, and I don't want to put down Bill Gates and these guys.
Right.
You know, they do a lot for charity. But when you hear them kind of just dismiss inflation, or you're going to have to go through some pain in order to kind of go with my idea. You know, the American people hear that and they think, "Come on, man, you're not serious, are you?"
But it's not only insensitivity because they've never been to a grocery store and have no idea what things cost, but it's also that we now have a whole set of our political spectrum that's out there saying it's caused by greed. If you were in a third grade class, I would give you a failing grade if you told me inflation was caused by greed. That is the dumbest explanation, the most implausible, and that lacking all.
Okay, I'm starting to see the fire in Rand Paul. I was waiting for him because he's so chill and laid back. I'm like, he looks like a nice guy. Like, why would they say that this guy right here is one of the type of people that will really light fire to somebody? Like, when I'm listening to him right now, he just seemed real laid back, real chill and everything. But hey, he's starting to get into his bag. And for that, I already know I'm about to get me some value out of this and some hot value.
Is the dumbest explanation, the most implausible, and that lacking all facts that someone would try to put forward. Inflation is caused by an increase in the money supply that increases the demand. It's done because we spend too much money. The Federal Reserve prints it up to borrow it. It floods the economy and drives prices up. If you don't understand that, they'll never get it any better. And my prediction is it's going to get a lot worse before November.
What do you think about this tracking technology they're cooking up? They're going to track your carbon footprint. I mean, I think that these liberals are already stressed out enough, Senator. Yeah. Imagine when they find out like everything they do is killing the ozone. I mean, they're going to go crazy. They're going to start yelling at us.
Yeah, privacy is not much of a concern for these kind of people. So not only do they want to track you for your carbon footprint, the WHO has announced, they're forming a treaty, and it's going to be this treaty for the next pandemic. But in the next pandemic, it's not going to be a Washington-based mandate on vaccines or a Washington-based social distancing or masks. It's going to be an international one, and they actually want to track everybody with a QRS code. I think that goes beneath the surface, right?
What the hell? He's joking, kind of, sort of, but come on. Everything he's saying, when I was ranting earlier about TV shows and movies and whatnot, I was being dead serious. Now, it might be a bit of idiocracy to it. Matter of fact, it might have been a great deal of idiocracy to it, but I firmly believe that. No idea is really that original for real. Like, it's been thought of before. It might not have been executed, but it's been thought of. Like 1 Corinthians 10:13, what the Bible say? There have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. There has no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But God is faithful, will not suffer you to be tempted above that which ye are able. Pretty much, although he's saying there's not going to be a problem big enough that you can face that hasn't been faced already, and God will get you up out of there. So, for all that, God will take care of you. He will create a door or window for escape. But at the end of the day, we need to stop worrying about these things, but we have to start preparing for these things that are happening, and we can't close our eyes or just close our ears because we don't want to hear it anymore. If we keep on hearing that these things are happening over and over and over again, if we keep on ignoring it as if it's not going to happen, we will be the prey. We will be victims. And I know a lot of you are completely against the victim mindset. So we need to pay more attention to things. But at the end of the day, we need to pay more attention, man. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now, because I want to understand what's going on. And I want to tell people who are following us what I believe is going on. I don't know if that's helping or hurting society, but I hope it's helping.
We want to track everybody with a QRS code. I think that goes beneath the surface right back here, but I'm not sure how they get it in you. But no, I mean, it's no laughing matter. It is very worrisome. But whenever they talk about it, they have absolutely no concern for privacy. And you're exactly right. They don't care about the individual. They don't know people like us. They've never been on a bus. They've never been on Southwest Airlines. They've never driven a car. Most of them have never even driven their own car. So these are not the kind of people we want telling the rest of us what to do.
All right. Senator Rand Paul from Kentucky flies commercial. Let it be known. Thank you so much, Senator.
Hey, Sean Hannity here.
All right, so listen, clearly from my passion, I have a desire to learn more about it, and I have a desire to share what I've learned with people. But clearly, I don't have the level of understanding that I need right now because I haven't been paying enough attention. And when I hear things that are clear signs of what's going on in today's society, if it doesn't, just like all of you, listen, I'm not alone. I'm just like every single last one of you. If it doesn't knock on my door or land itself on my doorstep and affect my family directly, like immediately directly, because most of the stuff that affects us, it does affect us directly, just not soon enough that we are alarmed to do something about it. That's why a lot of people are saying, oh, we don't need guns in the home. Let the police do that. Let the military take care of us. We fine. We don't need no guns. That was back in the day. You know what I mean? People believe that because danger has not knocked on their doorstep yet. That's it. And they don't believe, they are so comfortable in their ignorance that they do not care to educate themselves, and that's an issue. Trying to understand this as much as possible, and that's why I lean on y'all heavily to help me out with this. And thank you so much for y'all helping me out with this. All right, now it's your turn. I want to hear what you have to say about this in the comments below, and if you have yet to hit that subscribe button, please make sure you do so on your way out the door. Once again, guys, I'm Van, and now we are all the LFR family, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video, hopefully inside the Patreon as well, man. Y'all have been amazing per usual. Love y'all.